Survival. I'm your host, Jeff Gibson. Today I want to do one about your fire kit, your fire making kit. This is mine, but I also carry other stuff inside my vest that I don't have one right now, but you've seen last year. I showed it to you last year. Again, I like using dry bags, dry boxes. They're great. Obviously, you want your fire kit dry. Okay. Now, a few other little things I got in here. I'll show you. These are easy to make. These are little fire starting discs. All they are is a half and half mix of golf wax. It's a paraffin wax. You can buy it at Walmart. It's like $4 a box. Which also, by the way, it has other uses with it too. It says so on the box. It's good for lubrication. You can use it as a lube to lube, multiple things. I don't mean sexually lube. I mean like, it says something like sticky doors and stuff like that. It's also good for making candles, canning. I found it at my local Walmart in the canning aisle. These are 50%, 1-to-1 ratio, give or take, of the wax and lighter fluid. You can probably use stuff like high 91% rubbing alcohol. I haven't done that one yet. This is lighter fluid set base, but it will probably, we'll do one with them, see how we'll make some, see how that comes out. Thank you, baby. Some of them got away. They are a little lightweight, but I'll show you. I'm going to demonstrate these in a little while. This is a new product by Zippo. It's their hurricane matches. They're huge. I've burned a few of them, tested them out. They kind of smell like a kid's sparkler on the 4th of July. This is just a standard thing of waterproof matches. Everybody knows what these look like. Now, I will say this: I carry with me several ways to start a fire. Everything from the Mag-Block. This is a new one. I've kind of wore the other ones out. Even a can of Sterno has its use for starting a fire. I don't carry this to cook with. I really don't. I carry it to start a fire with. I know there's a lot of people buy alcohol stoves. I'm not really big into them. Why? Because that's something else I have to carry a whole stove with. I can build a little rock stove. It's getting the fire started and going is what's the important thing. Carrying a little backpack stove. I'm not into the propane or butane powered stoves. Again, same reason. I don't want to carry a separate stove. Okay? If I'm going to do that, I'm going to camp. Then I got a couple of antique 1970-ishes Coleman stoves that you fill with the white gas and you pump up. That you pump up. I got 2 of those. They're great. Great shape. They work. I don't carry that with me and they're double burner. I don't carry those with me because what's the point in carrying those? That's something else I have to carry fuel for and carry around and everything like that. To me, that's not bushcraft. That's camping, which there's nothing wrong with that. I like camping with my wife and stuff like that, and it's really great. But I'm not carrying a big portable stove with me. I do know there's some smaller ones. I got rid of one before. Takes a little butane tank, you close it. That works. Just don't see myself carrying that out in the woods. I want to build a rock fireplace and hopefully find a nice flat rock that I can use as a grill. And if not, I got my little cups and pots that I use. Anyway, inside my fire kit. Now this one always goes with me. I do carry these too, but I carry them inside like my vest. I took these out of my vest just to show for this video. But inside my dry box, open it up, I have a little bit of toilet paper. And I got a few of these little, same thing as that, but this not, these are just how they come out of the package, the little makeup wipes. They're cotton. Because to me, you want to use this stuff in conjunction with things. I have some alcohol swabs. Why? In a fire kit, in case you don't know, that's flammable. Not only is it an alcohol swab that I need to sanitize something, but that's tinder right there. Box of stormproof matches. I also have a box of regular matches. You may ask why. Why do I have two of those? Well, you know, there's various reasons why. Thank you. I'll just stick these in my pocket because there's a little bit of wind out here, and don't want to keep chasing these things. Well, I'll get that one in a minute. I don't want my wife to keep chasing these things around. So I'm going to stick these in this pocket. So anyway, somebody might go, well, hold up. What's the idea of different types of, different matches? Well, to start a fire, you should start with the least amount of stuff necessary. The cost of these is way less than these, which these are way less than these. If I can get a fire going with a 2 or 3 cent match, why use a match that costs $2? Now then you might say, well, okay, then why have these? Because it might not be enough to use this. It might be in too bad of shape to maybe, about the second or third match of these, okay, I'm gonna give up and I'll take a step something else. Okay, in there, I also have another ferro rod with striker. It's a UST. These are very good. Hopefully I can catch it on here. You can see it. Well, I do know they are good. I have worn one out though. There you go. This is like the second one I got of these. And also, just a good old-fashioned, cheap little lighter. And I also threw in those Trick birthday candles. Why? Well, weather like this, windy like this, I can light this, and it should. Well, this one doesn't want to do it. This one doesn't want to do it. Okay, there it goes again. Well, this one must not be working that great. Oh well. But see, now I could have practiced that at home and got it all perfect, but hey, that wouldn't be me. Setting fails, I want to really fail. But the reason for all the different stuff, one, you need a little tinder. Oh, okay, because it's been raining here in Indianapolis good part of the week, last week. I may not find anything really dry. It's great if I'm just going home. But what if this was out nowhere? and I gotta get a fire going. Well, I'm not gonna go find anything dry. I know I can shave a stick down and get to the core, but it's always nice to have a little bit of dry stuff, and that's why you should always carry some sort of tinder with you. But like I said, I like doing start out the cheapest I can. Because what if I just had these? These things are almost, honestly, about $2 a match. Yeah, don't burn low enough to get a fire going. But if I don't have to, if I can go with cheaper, now I'll never go with those book of paper matches. I do not like them. They are a waste of money. I don't even care if it's a penny a pack. To me, they're just a waste. Because if they get wet or they get damp, they're useless. I mean, I had some for a while in my garage that my dad had. And he kept them in a little Ziploc bag. So they stayed dry, but not dry enough, like apparently. Because every time I tried to light one of them, they just fell apart. The heads came right off of them and they were junk. So, sorry. But so, you should start out, I mean, the strike-on box matches are fine. The wooden ones, they're great. And that's why I would suggest that, I mean, you don't have to carry everything, but I would definitely carry more than one item. I like 3 or 4. And plus, I don't even smoke, but I always carry my trusty old Zippo. So, when I go out, I got at least 4 or 5 ways I can start a fire. Because the combination of, I know I'm going to get a fire. It may be a combination of different things, but I can get it going. And that's the important thing. So, let me demonstrate a little bit of this. How I can use this. Now, you can't just use it on its own. You got to have a stick or something. So, okay. How I use this. Now, it is a little windy out here, but hey. What I'm going to do is, what is Sterno? Sterno is just a jellied alcohol. So, let's remove the top here. I know it comes in different colors. This one happens to be green, but I've seen it in red. Matter of fact, I got some. So just take a little glob of it. Set that out of the way. Throw me a few sticks right there. Maybe even take a little bit of it. Just smear it around on the other ones. Match. Start out, remember I said I want to start out with the cheap ones. Why? There's more of these in here, I don't have to waste those. See? And they don't always work. I broke that one. I'll just throw it right there. Now see? If all I had was that match, I just failed. So what do? Try another match. It just shows you, just because you have a match, and even with Sterno, it's not a guarantee. It's trying, and actually, yeah, a little bit. I think you can see a little bit of it. It's trying to burn. Let's try one more match. And I think it's going a little bit. Yeah, it's going. I don't know if you can see it. A little bit. Now see, also, which is why I said I want to carry. See, if I just went out with sterno and a match, it's been raining here for days. We just had last week, we had 6 inches of rain. So once again, if that's all I had, I'm out of luck. Okay, so see, if that's all I had and I really had to put my life in it, and I'm freezing. It's a little chilly right now. It's in the 40s. I've been out of luck. I wouldn't have had a fire. So that's why I said I combine things. And honestly, I knew that wasn't going to work. But I wanted to show you. So what do? Now I'm going to let's make this a little bit better. So I'm going to take one of my little fire starters here. And you can either use the whole thing or you can use pieces. Let me make it a little easier myself. Take my knife here. Give us a cut. A couple cuts in here. Break that wax to expose. Because the wax is waterproofed. Now, a little scoring. Break it up. Let's start back here. Let's break this up a little bit. Now it'll take with a ferrule rod too. And to show you it will, let's just go ahead and use the ferrule rod to start this. Now, those burn, I've already tested them, those things burn for 4 minutes. And that right there will be enough. You can combine that with you can take a little bit of the sterno, put it on the stick, break it up, use that. It's going to burn with the combination of it. It will get you a nice fire. Now while that's doing that, let me do another one. Okay, as you can see, it's still burning. So what I'm going to do is, let's do a different one. Okay, you can follow me back over here, move this a little bit out of the way here, pick up everything I'm dropping. Well, I don't think I need to demonstrate a lighter, because I think everybody knows how to use a lighter. Let's do now, mag block can be used in a couple different ways. I prefer to use it it's nice to have a little chain on it, but to be honest with you, it does get in the way. Well, how I prefer to do it is not just put the little bit of mag on a leaf, whatever. Use the cotton. That's what I got this in there for. Those little. Ready?
There you go.
These little. You're gonna stand over by the fire, right? Okay. My wife's getting a little chilly because she wore something that she shouldn't have. She's from the South, so she figures she's fine with just a shirt on when I know it get a jacket. She refuses my jacket, even though I got a long sleeve shirt on over here. But anyway, what I do is I don't even like using that. Take my knife here. Wind's blowing everything, but hate how this wind is blowing all my stuff right now. Trying to also make sure I get it on camera too. It's a little hard doing that, but that should be enough. Now I know it does come with a ferro rod on the back, but why not? Now, let me put it so I know I'm not getting it on the wire there, so it's not trick here. Use my knife. I don't want to give you a little hacksaw blade, but anyway. See, there it goes. Why use them in conjunction with the two? The cotton is my tender. Using the mag block to get it going. There's my fire. Now we'll show you I will do this just to show you how long these things burn. Now when I leave here I will make sure this is put out, but now see, this is the new one. They're, like I said, they're called Hurricane matches. My Zippo waterproof case. Now the great thing about these is the bottom of this, there's your striker. And it does come with, you can either buy them, now you can buy them as this itself, or you can buy them as the box. The box isn't waterproof. It's just the matches and strikers. But, now, I bought both actually, but obviously you'd want a waterproof one. But like I said, they stink. They smell like a sparkler. But you can see it's not a huge burn time. It is longer than the standard, and these are what's the same ones I got in that box, in that right there. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and open that one up. But you see, the Zippo is about a minute of really hard, hot flame. It's not really a long burn time. Sorry, they do stink and they at least make me sneeze. But it's not a super long burn time. But when you compare it against this one, well, there it goes. It is longer. It is longer than that one. But, again, it's better than those little bitty matches. But like I said, I like to start out with the small ones as I did that one. Why? Because start out small. If I don't need anything more, if I do, I'll move up to the next level. If that doesn't do it, I'll move up. But I'm going to guarantee you, I'm guaranteed I will get a fire. Now, the last one I want to do is I want to take a piece of that tinder that my wife was nice enough to chase around for me. I mean, there's also natural tinder. If you can find some, this time of the year, you can find cattail heads that are still around that's fluffy. You got those. There's all kinds of little dried crap around. Also, another thing you can use, and honestly, I really forgot it because I got some other things on my mind right this day, but a pencil sharpener. Just a metal or even a plastic pencil sharpeners. You can take a twig, put it in there and twist it. It makes your shavings. The other thing is and for this one, I'll still go with a match. Good old-fashioned alcohol swab. A lot of people put them in their first aid kit, and honestly, I got some of mine. But what you don't realize is, hopefully you do, alcohol is flammable. Also, hand sanitizer, same way. I'll even do that one. I got some hand sanitizer with me. So let's put that right here so I know everybody can see I'm not using that flame there. Because then that would be cheating. Because once I got a fire going, why would I need to make another? So, you know, again, now that would keep the flame going long enough to get my fire going. It's using little bits of kindling. That burns long enough to get that going. So let me move this out of the way. Sorry about that. Let me move this out of the way. It's still burning. Now, this is just some common hand sanitizer. Now, some tinder just blew past me. Your camera just bumped off. Wow, you go, hey, yeah, pop out. There you go. Sorry about that. Something just bumped in and it knocked my camera off. Okay. Now, you saw me use those little bitty those little makeup wipes. This is just some good old-fashioned toilet paper. Okay. Took a little bit off the roll, put it in my kit. Now, just some, I'm not even sure what brand this is, Wish, like whatever. Just some hand sanitizer. Just take a little bit, put on it, close this up, get it out of the way. Now, just taking Spirit. Lay that right there. Sorry, I've got my mattress. Now just again, by having a nice little fire kit, any of these, I mean, you don't have to carry everything, but I would strongly, I'm gonna go this way. I would strongly recommend carrying a couple of them, at least 3. You know, the old saying is, 1 is none, 2 is 1. You know, that's the old saying. And I like the old saying. I do like it. 1 is none, 2 is 1. I always like to have double up on a lot of things that I carry. And if you're out in the bush, you should too. 2 pocket knives, or 2 knives, a pocket knife or a belt knife, and something more sturdier. I use my carnivore. Why? It'll handle my carnivore do almost every job I need it to do. But there are some more delicate jobs that you would want a pocket knife, a good pocket knife, like the one I got. It's a SOG, it's a great little knife, or a nice little belt knife. Why? It makes sure that I always have a knife. The same way with the fire. I just got a nice selection. Why? Hey, I want to guarantee if I have to get a fire going, I'm going to get it going. One way or the other, one of these things is not going to fail me. But if I only went out with one item, what happens if this lighter got broken? Yeah, I still got the flint if you don't lose this part. If you don't lose the actual striker of it, and you got the flint, you're great. I've started many fires with the lighter. Same thing with the Zippo. I started, or with Zippo. I don't smoke, so I don't always keep a check on it. But I can start a fire with just the spark of it. Of course, you know that. But what happens if one of them what happens if I only went out with 1 or 2 items to start a fire, and you find out one's busted, or the matches were wet, or they broke, or various other things? Yeah, you know, I do know how to start a fire with a bow drill. I don't like hand drills, I prefer bow drills. But even at those, you know, Cody Lundin said it best when he said that if you're relying on a bow drill or a hand drill or some other friction fire method, you are already behind the 8 ball. You know, always go out with a way to start a fire. Definitely to make sure. Mag blocks are pretty much are good because wetness doesn't affect their use. Now the wetness of the tinder does, the wetness of your fuel does, but not it in itself. But if you can have some other extenders, Vaseline, chapstick, and even a tampon, that's going to help ensure that you can get a fire started. I just like to have extra stuff with me, so I can always go, hey, soaked wood, it's wet, this stuff ain't dry, and it's burning. Because why? I've got extra stuff to make sure I can coat a little bit of it with either the hand sanitizer, or I prefer, you can do the same thing, instead of hand sanitizer, you can just have this. You know, a little sterno on something, on the wood, on your tinder, boom, guess what? Got it going. Then again, just because you get a fire started, there just happen to be, that's a little bit dry, but if all your wood's wet, no amount of tinder is going to start, is going to keep it going. You got to have proper wood, which means you would take and cut wood down into feathers to make it more able to catch fire. But that being said, the hardest part's getting it going. So with 2 or 3 of any one of these, in your firebox, will pretty much guarantee you will get your fire going. mean, the only problem with doing these videos are I have to go out and buy 15 different items to show you at least 2 or 3. So, I hope you like this video. Share it, like it with your friends. Before I leave, I will put this out. Unfortunately, the only thing I have around here is some Coke, so I'm going to waste a little bit of my Coke putting this out. But, yeah, stay tuned for another video later. I got some really good ones coming up. I plan on doing this very soon. We'll do a few cooking videos. I do love to cook, but I'm going to show you what you can cook with stuff you brought with you or hypothetically caught in a trap, and also some other stuff coming up. And I hope this is going to be a very good year, so I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody watching. Thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe.